YouTube. What up, though? It's your big bro, Big Mos, aka the Mighty Hijinks, man, and I am doing something a little different today, man. As you can see, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole different vibe, whole different setup we got going on here, man. And this just struck me as, you know, kind of an opportunity to not necessarily, you know, change up what it is that I do on this channel, but, you know, many of y'all know I've been, you know, just experimenting and seeing, you know, what other possibilities there are, you know, as far as content on this channel, right? And green screen is bugging me, man. Hold up. So listen, man. Some of you may be familiar, and if not, man, you know, this gentleman right here, Tony Baker, I am a huge fan of. Absolute huge fan of Tony Baker, man. And you know, in particular, you know, his social media content I find funny. I've been to, you know, multiple shows of this man's, as far as, you know, his stand-up goes. And he recently made some posts on his Instagram, as you can see, addressing the simp allegations, man. And this isn't a blind reaction, because I actually did, you know, watch, you know, the video, you know, of his post, and I was just like, man, like, he's addressing a lot of things that I find interesting, and also, you know, his comment section went crazy. So I'm just gonna play a little bit. I'm not gonna go through this whole video, man. I'm actually just gonna, you know, play a little bit. You know, I might chop it up in the edit, man. But just, you know what I'm saying, be patient with your boy, ride with me. We're gonna see what Tony got to say about simp allegations.
I want to bring up the simp allegations again. I want to bring up me being a simp yet again, because the accusations won't stop. Anytime I back up women, anytime I don't heavily judge women or throw them on the grill in comment sections or on social media, I get labeled a simp, a beta male from some of the members of the male community, right? So this past week, Shannon Sharp interviewed what's the old girl's name?
Brittany Renner, I think.
Brittany Renner,
one of those.
Brittany Renner or whatever. Now, going into what I've heard about her and what's been said about her, I was like, yo, I thought it was gonna be more than that.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually thought it was. I did see it. If you haven't seen the interview with Shannon Sharp and Brittany Renner, man, if you're not familiar with Brittany Renner, that's a whole nother thing. But basically, you know, she's salacious social media personality, known for sleeping with a lot of athletes, you know what I'm saying? Really, you know, into like grimy, you know, type of activity with athletes, as far as, you know, telling or trying to teach women how to become pregnant by athletes. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's just, you know, Superhead 2.0, you know what I'm saying? Podcast, and basically was just talking about, you know, her sleeping with men, how open she is about it, and I guess the number was 35, if that's the number that, you know, we're made to believe. Whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying? I guess Tony has some comments about it, and he didn't really feel the need to throw old girl under the bus, and we gonna let Tony rock from there.
Based on everything that was said about her and everything that was going on, I was like, oh, that's lower than I was thinking. Based on the shit that was talked, I thought she was in the triple digits. That's what I was assuming. I was just like, so my mindset was, honestly, you know. So I said in the Shade Room comment, I was like, yo, my body count is higher than that, so I can't even judge. People got upset. A lot of people liked the comment, but there's some dudes in there like, no, it's different for a man. It's different for a man, You know what I'm saying? You just soft, man. You a simp, man. You beta males. I'm like, do you want me to judge this woman? Do you want me to bash her and shame her for the body count? Is that what y'all are looking for?
Unfortunately, Tony, that is what a lot of guys on the internet are looking for. You know, they want you to side with them in this proverbial sex war that's going on right now, specifically on the internet. You know, real life tends to be a lot different, you know, if we're being honest. But yeah, I mean, I can tell you straight off the muscle, that's what a lot of cats want. You know, they want you to champion. I feel like that the idea, you know, of somebody who's a celebrity, who has a platform. Some fans are going to want that celebrity to look from the same perspective as them, right? To connect with them on the level, especially when it comes to relationships and women, you know. I mean, we're specifically talking about males here, men. A lot of men, you know, are looking for that validation in a sense.
I'm trying to figure out what you're looking for in my response to that. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, what are you looking for? Are you mad because I didn't bash this woman because of her body count? And of course, we're being hypocritical if we're saying it's different for dudes than it is for women. That's a hypocritical stance because, okay, so dude can just smash, he can just stick his penis in whatever vagina, the numbers can be sky high and it don't matter because we men. But women, they gotta have the body count low.
Now, see, that's the part that really made me kind of want to chime in on things, right? Hypocrisy, you know, is just a fact of life, right? Double standards is a fact of life. I don't understand why the fight for double standard, for the abolishment of double standards. A lot of women want the same grace as males get for being able to have sex with as many women as they want and go unjudged, which isn't always the truth, right? I mean, we know, you know, men that do get judged for, you know, being promiscuous and things of that nature, just not the same type of judgment that women get, right? But there's no, the funny thing about the whole sex thing, the whole sex conversation, is that there's nothing stopping women for having sex. I mean, obviously, the woman got on Shannon Sharp's show telling us how many men she slept with. Nobody's stopping that, right? So the double standard that's being fought so hard to abolish is just the perception, right? Women want to abolish the perception, right? They want to basically remove the perception from men's minds, right? And get rid of it, right? Could you imagine if we could do that as men, you know? Remove the perception of a man having to be a certain height. Remove the perception remove the perception of men having to, you know, provide, right? All of these things, all of these responsibilities that do fall on men, and perceptions that women have of men that a lot of men don't meet. We don't have the luxury of arguing those perceptions, right? We can't tell a woman, like, you should like me for X, Y, and Z and not A, B, and C. We don't have that luxury, right? But women, on the other hand, do. And that's the biggest problem when it comes to this argument, because you don't necessarily see the same fight going on from both ends. And so to acknowledge the hypocrisy in one aspect of men and women relationships, to acknowledge the hypocrisy there and not the hypocrisies that lie in all other facets of men and women relationships and things of that nature, to me it's a little disingenuous, because there's been plenty of, you know, subjects and talking points of things that favor women, and there's never any argument to say, hey, we should stop that. We should stop, you know, having men pay for dates. We should stop having men, you know, giving men the responsibility to approach women when it comes to, you know, dating and interpersonal relationships and things of that nature. Like there's only the fight to abolish the perception that men have of women that sleep around. But no other fight is going on in this realm. You know what I'm saying? Let's listen a little bit more.
We all know the double standard is out here in full effect. But for me, I'm just like, no, I'm not, you know. I got more, so I ain't saying shit. And I don't like to bash women on social media, especially women of color, especially them. I don't feel comfortable doing it, you know.
Now, I agree with Tony, man. Like I'm not like this, like this whole, you know, phenomenon of the manosphere and red pill and all this content. Even though this is very much bordering on the line of like manosphere content, I'm totally aware of that. Trust me, but the conversation still needs to be had, no matter where you place it. Right? The whole idea of bashing women and critiquing or having, you know, a critical analysis of certain behaviors kind of get jumbled up. It's right. Anytime any criticism that happens, no matter where it's coming from, no matter what the intent is, a lot of times it seems to get put into the bag of bashing, and that's just not the case. So the question for the most part when it comes to Tony is, do you not want to bash women, or do you not want to criticize women at all whatsoever? And I think, you know, from what I know, Tony, man, good dude, one of the most genuine dudes that I've seen in a position of celebrity that comes across in real life the same way that he comes across through social media. You know what I'm saying? Like, very likable guy, super likable guy, and also, you know what I'm saying, cool and down to earth. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, he a real one in that sense. You know what I'm saying? Like a cat that you really wouldn't mind hanging around. I also do honestly feel like he knows his audience. He knows that a lot of women consume his content. Of course, you gonna tread lightly. And I feel like if he's just being honest, a lot of the times, if he's not criticizing black women, if he's not offering constructive criticism or approaching it in good faith, he's treading those lines knowing that he knows who his audience is, if he was to be honest about it. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? He don't gotta admit that shit, to be honest. He don't gotta say that shit.
And so dudes would be like, yo, but Tony, man, you be throwing us on the grill because I am you. I'm a man. So I try not to speak too much on the gender that I am not. It's like how, you know, we throw black people on the grill because we are black. You know, we throw ourselves on the grill.
See, and that's where you start to lose me. I get that to a degree. Yeah, we are men. We are black men. But let's not act like we don't have judgment, criticism for other races, especially people who we deal with in any manner, you know what I'm saying, that is outside of, you know, community. We talk about white people and our interactions with them at work. We talk about how they, you know, some white people are racially insensitive. We talk about a lot of different shit. We talk about, you know, certain injustices that white people get the benefit of the doubt on. Like, let's not act like we don't judge people who don't fit in the same social box as us in every aspect. That's lightweight bullshit, Tony.
We hold ourselves to a high standard. We judge ourselves, we do all of this because we are black. But if somebody else come around the corner and be like, yeah, man, hey, man, you just stay over there, man, we handling this. It's the same with men and women. Like, I can throw men on the grill because I am you. You know? I expect more from you because we share similar experiences as men.
expecting more is a double standard, is it not? And I saw somebody mention that in the comments too, you know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't go unnoticed, you know what I'm saying? But even still, I mean, let's keep it a buck. That's a double standard, right?
You know, we do the same shit. You know, we have the same mindset in many ways, and in a lot of ways we don't. But we're all men, so it's like, yo, I'm gonna throw y'all on the grill because we men, and this is what we do. I can't throw women on the grill the same way because women go through experiences that I will never experience. So I can't come in here and be like, yo, women, y'all need to quit this, that, and the third, when they go through shit that I don't have to go through. So I'm not comfortable throwing women on the grill all the goddamn time.
Or ever, right? I mean, quite honestly, you know what I'm saying, I've never seen Tony throw women on the grill for anything. But like I said, man, there's nothing that requires him to have to do that. I don't support the simp aspect of, him, not for one, not wanting to, bash women. Like, that's bullshit, for one. Like, to want him to bash women is bullshit. Number two, to want him to risk his base, his consumer base, is also bullshit. Like, the fight ain't that much worth fighting, right? Because at the end of the day, a lot of men, I won't even try to paint men with a broad brush. I'll just say a lot of men who do get on the internet and gripe and groan about women, you know what I'm saying? Some of them, even take it as far as hate speech. A lot of these same men log off and deal with the woman in their everyday life, and they don't deal with those women in the same way, shape, or form as they do online. It's almost like an outlet, right? So to say that this man should risk his consumer base to champion, this gender, war and the differences between men and women is bullshit, and it's quite selfish to feel like he should do that or put his, his brand or whatever in jeopardy to do that. So I don't agree with that at all whatsoever. Oh shit.
I'll call y'all out on some bullshit, sure. Like, if you ever see me have a debate with a woman in real time in person, you will see that I'm not a beta male and that I'm not a pushover and I'm not a simp. I stand firm in what I believe in an argument with a woman. But you don't really see that because it's just social media. But anybody that's ever seen me, like, have a debate or have a conversation where we disagree, you will see, oh, Tony, he's, some call it stubborn, some call it whatever, but it's like
Taurus gang. Tony's a Taurus just like me, so yeah.
I ain't no pushover. If it's something that I believe, right or wrong, I'll be like, nah, man, this. And so it's just weird to me. It's just like, man, y'all really want me out here tearing these women down. And I don't like to do it. Yeah.
So yeah, man. Tony got thrown on the grill, man. The manosphere cats, the red pill cats that made their way on over to Tony's page, started harassing my man and shit. Listen, man. Listen. Tony's a good dude. I don't feel like he comes off as a simp whatsoever. And to be honest with y'all, man, the word simp, like all of these terms, right, have lost themselves in the internet. Actually hits the mainstream and shit, it basically starts to deconstruct what it was really meant to be. But listen, family, man, this has definitely been a long one. I know I've been holding y'all, man, but I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man, and I definitely need y'all to chime in on this one with your bro, man. I need y'all to chime in. I need, the family to let me know, man. Do you feeling this? Like, should I do more? Like, Tony has like 3-part videos addressing this topic. I might go ahead and record all 3, and if y'all ain't messing with this one, I'll just delete the other 2. But yo, man. Again, man, I appreciate y'all. Always do, man. We on our way to 1,000. Please make sure you like the video. Subscribe before you slide, man. You already know it's your big bro, Big Most. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.